with you today. The topic of today is how energetics of making fabulous money in your coaching business can actually change the world, your world and the world around you, and what you need to do to have those correct energetics to make it happen. So let me know if you're here live, wave or say something, where you're from. And if you're watching this on replay, hashtag replay, please, so I know you've been here. So today we are talking about the energetics of making fabulous money in your coaching business and how that is going to change the world. So I know that you are this person that is into living consciously, that it matters to you, because you wouldn't be watching anything about changing the world if you're not, right? So you're a highly self-aware person. You've probably done tons of work already about being conscious, about doing something in your life with this personal transformation component all the time ongoing. So you're probably a spiritual coach, you're probably a healer, you probably a light worker of some sort, perhaps you're a health professional, you are an expert at what you do. So that is already sort of something you know about yourself. And you probably experienced those synchronicities in your life when something amazing happened and you didn't quite know how it happened, but it happened and you were amazed that this magic just showed up in your life. So this is something that definitely is component of your existence already, and you know that you're an expert, but you can't clearly articulate what is it that you're doing. Like the value of your work is intangible. It's tangible in the fact that your clients have amazing results, but it's not maybe tangible in a way like it's not an ROI in the form of money or something very literal, like how many pounds somebody lose weight, let's say, but it's more of an internal return on investment. And you probably have a difficulty articulating that in a way that is clearly understood as the most valuable thing that your clients need. So this is what then results in an inconsistent income. When you end up doing a lot of the right things, like I assume you're doing your basic marketing activities of posting and showing up and promoting what it is that you're offering, but if that does not result in a consistent flow, it kind of doesn't really feel good because you're doing a lot of work. So there's probably this inconsistency, and you kind of know that you're earning less than you could. Like this is one of the things I hear a lot from my clients, is that they know internally that they meant for more, and there's something in them it's like a discrepancy. Like I know I can have impact on a larger scale. I know that I can help more people than what I'm helping. I know I'm really good at what I do, but I can't seem to, sell my offers to the extent that I would like to create a consistent income to then expand my business. So even though you're attracting clients, it's like hard to get enough money to then move to the next level. This is another thing I hear a lot from my clients, is that they're attracting enough to pay the bills. They're attracting enough, like maybe $3,000 a month or $5,000 a month when they're starting, but not necessarily more. Like maybe you have launch when you have multi-5-figure, maybe even 6-figure, but then how do you replicate it? It's almost like you know that things happen for you and there is this magnetic way how something is created, but then you try to make it happen again and it doesn't. And you're not sure what is it that you're missing. What is the missing component here, missing ingredient perhaps, in how you're creating what you are doing. So like maybe you try to raise your rates, but you can't quite sell at the level that you would like to sell. So then maybe you went back down to the rates you had before because you couldn't sell the offer at the higher price. Or maybe you're switching from one subject to another all the time and jumping around because you keep looking for what is it that would work, like feeling maybe insecure about the value of your work, even though you know that you're great at what you do. So then, well, maybe if I talk about this, it would work better. Maybe if I talk about that, it's like you kind of haven't settled at what is your ideal, unique thing to talk about. And when you think you did, it doesn't seem to translate very well to your clients. So if that's your experience, put 1 in the comments. This is something I hear a lot with from my clients when we're just starting, is that they begun by, building some foundation for their business, and then they did whatever they learned, maybe from a free class or some challenge they took or whatever, about like, okay, I'm supposed to speak about something I'm good at and something that's unique about me, and then they put it together, and now they're saying it and they're putting it out into the world, and it doesn't seem to be doing anything. And people are still unclear. Like if you're getting a lot of times a question like, so what is it exactly that you do? After you just explain what you do, like put 2 in the comments if you ever had that experience. When you felt like, well, I just delivered this, let's say free workshop or, a challenge or a video, and people are still asking, so I don't get it. So how does this gonna help me? Like, what does this actually do? Okay, I get this is nice, but like, what does it do? So if you're getting that, that's not clearly articulating the value, even though you think you know the value, which you might, but how it gets translated and delivered out is not clear, which is part of the energetics of making fabulous money or not making fabulous money. So this is part of the switching between subjects, trying to figure out what's the right thing, because not quite knowing where you're supposed to land. And that makes you feel confused, because you feel like, well, why am I still struggling with this imposter syndrome when, I know that I'm good at what I do? My clients have a good result. So why am I still feeling like, I don't know, can I really do this? Is this really me? Like, can I charge this? Maybe you feel frustrated that you're hitting your money ceiling, something that you kind of self-imposed, but you maybe not realizing that you're the one who put it there. So then perhaps you think that it's just for whatever reason, universe is putting that in front of you. So not realizing that actually you have something to say about, like, why is it that this much money you can attract, but not more than that for whatever reason, so that just enough money to get by or to pay the bills versus expanding to multiple 6 figures and beyond, like high multiple 6 figures. That is also part of the emotional reaction that a lot of times we have when we have all those circumstances of not clearly saying what it is that we're actually doing and not getting people to relate to it correctly. Maybe you feel pressure, pressure that people will not pay what you're asking, and then you're maybe in your marketing kind of forcing yourself a little bit. Maybe you're having a friction with sales process. That's also something that's very common. But worst of all of that kind of leads you to doubt that you're even an expert, that you even know what you're doing. Because if your clients have results, but why can't you expand? Why can't more people come in the same way that the previous one showed up? Why can't you go to multiple 6 figures? Like, what if this consistent, 10,000 a month kind of ideal, right, to get to just 6 figures feels like, what if it's never even gonna happen for me, because I'm like doing all this work and it doesn't seem to result in anything. So put 3 in the comments if you get into that doubt sometimes, because that's a really kind of miserable inner feeling when we start to really doubt who we are, like what our expertise is, and if we're even an expert, and if it's even gonna happen for us. So this experience is also an energetic reality for you in that moment. So today we're talking about the energetics of creating fabulous income, attracting fabulous money into your business. So before I tell you the solution to this, like what are the energetics of actually attracting fabulous money in your business so that you can change the world, let me ask you a question. So what is your relationship with the energy of money? Just kind of let yourself think about that for a moment. What is your relationship with that energy? Like, if you don't think of money as just means to pay the bills, but what is your relationship? Is it there's never enough? Is it dangerous? Is it like, oh, it's freedom, and if I have it, then something's gonna happen? So write in the comments, what is your relationship with money? Honestly, whatever that is, that's important. Do you feel that it's right for you to make multiple 6 figures doing exactly what you're doing now? Like, whatever offer you have, whatever program you're selling, do you feel that it's right for you to make a lot of money doing that very thing? Do you feel that you deserve to charge 5,000, 10,000, maybe 20,000 for your offer. So put in the comments what comes up. Whatever comes up when I'm asking those questions is very important. Like, did you notice maybe you had like, hell yeah, totally, I'm awesome, I absolutely deserve it, it would be, I'm amazing, I know I deserve lots of abundance. Great. Or did you have something else come up? Perhaps it's, I don't know enough, I haven't studied enough, I'm not ready. Then somehow when I am ready and I rearrange everything and fix my website and whatever else, then I can sell my offer for this much money. Or then I can arrive to multiple six figures. Or maybe it was, I don't need this much money. It's like, that's a lot of money. Multiple six figures, like, no, I'll be just happy if I made, 6,000 a month, let's say. Or 10,000 a month. If I just did that, that's fine. Because otherwise I'd have to work really hard and make all this other stuff happen. And I don't want to do that. I just want to, I don't need that much money. So was that something that came up? Because whatever that is that came up, that is an energetic base note that you just set in the quantum field. So this is, now we're going into the energetics of it. So you create by whatever frequency anchor you have in the quantum field, right? That's your sort of like a magnet. That's what attracts you. So you just created an anchor in the quantum field for your broadcast about attracting money and clients through which the money comes to you. So if it was, hell yeah, I totally deserve it, it's awesome, absolutely, I don't know how it's going to happen, but I'm so excited it's coming, great. That's a base note energetically for you attracting money, which means you will. But if on another hand, your base note was, I'm not ready, or I don't need this much, or I don't want to have to work hard or do this or whatever your preconceived ideas were about how the money will come, then that's exactly what you're going to create. Either not attracting money at all or attracting only as much as you think is enough, or not attracting, like if you think you're not ready, So that also is the base note. So whatever it is that you kind of intuitively came up with as almost like subconscious answer before you could think about it, that is your energetic base note in the quantum field. And universe always reflects to you whatever it is that is inside of you. It's not gonna teach you a lesson by like throwing bad things at you or not giving you something. Universe is an abundant place. It loves us. It wants to give us everything all the time. But it's up to us to receive it. So if we are in a resistance to receiving because of our own issues, and we're saying like, no, I can't have it because, or it has to come in this way, or I'm not ready yet, and later on I will be ready, but not now. All those things are like instructions that you're giving to the universe. And then universe responds exactly to wherever you place an order. Well, that's exactly what you're getting. The problem is that that order is most of the time not conscious. You're not maybe realizing you're doing it, but nevertheless you're doing it. So the solution here as to how to create fabulous money in your coaching business, besides obvious of having a grounded, really good strategy that works for your business, it's the energetics of the right frequency that you hold consistently in relationship to money and attracting wealth in general. So this is something that is really the key to add to your business strategy. So they work together. And that creates your broadcast, which then tells the universe what is it that you would like to have from it reflected to you. The problem is that you're not going to hold this frequency consistently, even if occasionally you fall into this, yes, I deserve it, it's awesome, it's wonderful, I'm an expert, I totally can attract right now millions and millions of dollars. But if that only happens like split second and then you fall right out of it as soon as your emotional wave goes down, as soon as some external circumstances are showing you something you don't like, and so on, that's part of how we sabotage our broadcast. So this is, by the way, what I literally do with my clients is like we look at what is your business strategy, how are you doing what you're doing, is it aligned with you? But then we'll also look at the energetics of consistently maintaining the best possible for you broadcast. And it actually is different for each person. So this is one of the things that I do being clairvoyant business coach is I see timelines and possibilities, but I also see your soul design. This is how you're made within this incarnation. And every person made a little differently. That's why cookie cutter strategies don't really work to expand to 6 figures or beyond. They only work like for the really basic level to just start your business. But once you get further and you want to expand to the next level and you want to feel good in your business, not just struggle and push really hard, then you need to have a strategy that matches you. So if you don't know who I am, I'm Eugenia Oganova. I am Wealth Energetics Business and Marketing Coach. So what that means is like I help you save years of pressure and forcing yourself into ineffective, inefficient strategies that only hurt you. And instead, align your entire business to your unique soul design. This way you only get to do what works for you. And I specialize in helping you stabilize and grow past that 10K months to multiple 6 figures by aligning with your natural way. So whatever your soul design is, customizing your strategy to that. That way you don't do many things, you only do few things that are right for you. So today we're talking about making fabulous money in your coaching business. And we're talking about the specific component of consistently correct frequency energetically that you need to hold in your relationship with money in order to attract to you the type of wealth that you desire, in addition to a solid business strategy. So earning money by doing your soul work, that's already amazing. And now let's connect that to even the bigger picture. Because see, on this planet, we have group fields of consciousness. They're called morphogenic fields. So their majority of the fields that are linked to money are unfortunately in scarcity. Most of the people are in the separation scarcity way of thinking about money. And because of it, the experience of money is usually limited for most people. Most people end up with this struggle with money and pressure and hardship and so on. So what I want for you is to have a flow of energy in a very different way when you're actually enjoying pulling in a lot of money into your life by doing your soul work. You know, it's not free perhaps, you know, like how some people say like, oh, you can just have anything just by sitting there and meditating. That's not kind of the way I think. The way that I teach and the way I work with my clients is that you do your work, but your work is your soul work, which is personal mastery and working with your clients, bringing people in your zone of influence to the next level of consciousness. And as you're doing your soul work aligned to whatever it is that you are meant to do, your soul expertise, if you are in the correct energetics, you also can then pull in incredible sums of money for your work. And that takes energy out of the planetary scarcity fields and puts it into planetary abundance fields. So we have both, but most people are not connected to planetary abundance fields. And the problem with that, of course, is that, you know, most humanity still believes in scarcity, believes that money is hard to come by, money doesn't grow on trees, you have to work really hard to get paid, you know, there's, you know, money hard to come by and you have to look for it, you have to chase clients, you have to chase something that you don't have, and so on. All of that is a belief system that is linked to the field of consciousness of scarcity. And what, if you're an enlightened person, if you're a person that's a light worker, if you're somebody who's spiritual, conscious, and you're self-aware and you're doing personal transformation work, you know that this is what we're here for. We're literally here to experience abundance in the third dimension and to help this planet and majority of people here experience the same thing. But to do that, we do have to apply effort. It's just we've been misprogrammed as to what that effort is. We think that effort is doing, like marketing activities, do, like a hamster in a wheel, to keep busy, to make everything happen. But that doesn't result in the next level of your business. That is something that perhaps is necessary at the very beginning, but once you actually having paid clients and you know what you're doing and you're good at what you do, you don't need to do that. You don't need to do this busy work. What you need to do is correct steps for you, which is your business strategy linked to powerful energetics. Those are the combination of the two things linked to your soul design, or based on your soul design, on your unique way of how you build in this lifetime. So the reason that this is the best thing ever is because it takes money from the selfish category and this chasing clients, getting clients, into money is actually in the flow of abundance on the planet. And you're serving the planet by being in abundance. You're not chasing the clients, you're attracting clients whose lives you're changing. And through doing that, you are adding energy to the planetary abundance fields. In a sense, we are cleansing money energy out of this scarcity pattern into abundance pattern by allowing large sums of money come through us. So getting paid well for your service is actually part of your larger service to the planet, because of how you are influencing the frequency of money on this planet. So you are earning income doing your soul work. So you're already changing the world just by the fact of doing that. And if you're earning good money for doing that, you're now adding another level of service of actually cleansing the money frequency by the fact that it goes through you. So what you need to know is your unique soul design. This is your mission. This is how you build in this lifetime, like how you meant to do things in this lifetime. And what's the best way to execute that to get to the result that you want. So instead of doing all the things, you only do the right things for you. Okay? So that's the business strategy married to the correct, powerful energetics based on your unique soul design. That's actually non-linear creation. So this is not where you're doing the strategy of step 1, step 2, step 3. That's like a linear strategy. But instead, you're creating through consciousness. You're creating through understanding of the larger picture, and you're anchoring that in material strategy, which you still do need because we are creating in a third dimension. So if all of this sounds to you like, oh my God, this is what I've been missing, I've not been able to clearly articulate the value of my work, and this is part of why when I talk about it, it seems like it falls flat, like I'm saying something very simple, but what I'm bringing through is amazing. So then I'm not getting paid for all the things that I'm bringing. So if you're noticing, perhaps over giving to your clients and you're not actually charging for any of that, if you're really wanting to land that correct strategy for your business and the energetics, then I invite you to apply to work with me. So let's set up a business soul strategy session. It's a call where I'll look over your business. We'll do like an audit of what you're doing, and I can tell you what works and what doesn't, what's aligned to your soul design and what isn't, what is something that you meant to kind of put your energy into more, and what perhaps is actually a detour and you don't need to be going there, and it saves you a lot of time not to even go in that direction. Like, where do you actually need to put your effort? This is what we can do in that call, and then I can show you what I can do for you as to help your next steps happen, so you can actually create the very thing that you right now desiring but not able to create. So the link is in description for the soul strategy session. Click on that. It will lead you to a questionnaire. You fill that out, and then we'll set up a conversation. It's free. I would love to help you out, and then we'll see if we're a match to work together. I can introduce you to how I do things, and then you can see if this is something that you desire for your business. Because it's time for us, the conscious light workers on this planet, to actually get paid well, to make fabulous money doing what we're doing so we can change this world. All right, my loves. I will see you later.